of total offense. Patterson, a huge moment here. His 8th career kickoff return touchdown, tied for the most in history. Bears up 13-7. Fourth quarter, we're tied at 13. Dalvin Cook came in the hottest player in the league, over 200 yards rushing each of the previous 2 games. Last night, 30 carries, 96 yards for Cook. The guy who was really cooking for Minnesota was Justin Jefferson. Oh, the rookie is good. 8 catches, 135 yards. Spectacular. And that would lead to this. 3rd and 4 from the 6. Cousins again. Thielen again. His 9th touchdown of the year. The Vikings missed the extra point, so it's 19-13. Nick Foles has a chance. 2 minutes and change to play. 4th and 9. Foles. Oh, he's got a man. Anthony Miller behind the defense, but they can't connect. And the Bears turn it over on downs, but they get it back with under a minute to play. Still down 6. And avert your eyes. Nick Foles is going to go down, and he's going to go down hard, and that is going to be all she wrote for them and for him. Take another look as he goes down hard on the right hip. They'd have to bring out the cart to take him off the field. We'll have the latest on his situation in a moment. One way or another, the Vikings get the win 19-13. And I can tell you, Foles being evaluated for a hip and leg injury. We'll let you know if and when we hear any further. But, you know, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, Marcus, you're a defensive player. And your defense is so good. I mean, you're a championship caliber defense. You set up a field goal last night. Your special teams scored a touchdown last night. And you manage 149 yards offense and 13 points in a loss, your 4th straight. What do you imagine is going on in that locker room?
A lot of division, G. Listen, first of all, let me break something down for people. Football, as much as we watch these games and love them, is a business. And when you lose as a franchise and an organization, other people have to find jobs. And players that are particularly could be doing their job at a really good level might have to find another place to go, depending on a new head coach and what his mindset is and how he wants to move forward. So a lot of times as defensive guys or a unit that's playing well, vice versa, opposite of the unit that's not, it becomes like, hey, yo, we looking across the locker room like at some point we need you guys to hold your weight. At some point we need y'all to have our back. At some point we going to have to have words about how bad y'all are on the field. Listen, we love the team concept and everybody's together in those conversations. But let me tell everybody in America something. When grown men in that locker room and one part is doing their job and the other is not, it becomes very testy, and it could be to the point where you have some things happen that don't need to get out to the media.
Well, Jeff, I'm hearing you, and I'm thinking back. I mean, you were in Indianapolis on some teams where this divide could have existed with how good your offenses were and at times how much your defenses struggled. What did you live through, and how do they get through this?
No, it's a great point. And listen, as a defense, those guys had pride. They would come in understanding, and they would own it. Hey, man, we got to do better against this. We got to fix this part. Your issue in Chicago is that your head coach is supposed to be an offensive guru, and he brought his guy in to run the offense. And now you still score less than 20 points, and 3 of the last 4 games. It's not just a us and them offense defense. I'm not sure I believe in what the top guy is selling, right? We're doing our job. We're playing our game. And it is pro football. So you are costing me money. That's an issue for me.
And Greg, I know you put together a little tape because, look, Foles goes down at the end of the game, and we certainly hope he's not seriously hurt. But the reality is he has been seriously struggling, and you have a look at it.
Yeah, and it's one thing, too. They changed the play caller. Laser now in as the play caller. And there was reason for optimism because it's kind of coach versus player. And the coach, it appeared, kind of did their job in getting guys open last night. Let's take a look at it. Foles here working the middle of the field. Really just didn't do a great job of trying to get the ball up and down, trying to assess what's going on. And there were several opportunities for him to execute an effective throw, and he just wasn't able to do so. So I guess if there's a silver lining I'm trying to find is that it's not necessarily on the coaches at this point. The coaches are getting guys open, but the execution from the player standpoint just isn't where it needs to be. There's drop passes, there's inaccurate throws, the protection's breaking down constantly. So I guess if we're finding the silver lining, maybe it's something to build on, but it's still very shaky for the offense there in Chicago.
Well, I can tell you this. There was heat on that team and that coaching staff when they were 5-1. Because people, generally speaking, were looking at them as though there was a lot of smoke and mirrors going on. 4 straight losses later, it is going to be very loud on the talk shows in Chicago today. Okay, we'll come back to that. But it is a Tuesday staple. There's nothing we look forward to more than when Jeff Saturday hands out his pancakes. It's time for another edition of Sat 'em Down. Let's roll it. Sat 'em Down is a keeper. That is a Tuesday staple.
Get some of this. Get some of that. Throw them out the club. Swagoo, throw them out the club. You see them? 1 pancake, 2 pancakes, 3 pancakes. Ooh.
Everybody loves it. All right, Jeff, start showing us some of these pancake blocks.
I can't wait, Greeny. We're going to start out in UNC, baby, my alma mater. We're going to crank it up with a running back, Javonte Williams. What? Oh, good gracious. Almost broke the man in half. Look, hit him so freaking hard, he blocked the safety with the linebacker. That's not a DB, y'all. That's a linebacker getting trucked. He's just staring him down. 1 pancake from my boy Williams. That's what I'm talking about, Tar Heel love. Getting them fired up. Hey, second play we're going to go. This is my favorite. We got my man Trent Scott out making the play. This is what DBs think. I'm going to make the play. Whoa, wait. As he's trying to back up. Nah, Scott put the hat on him, blows my man up. 2 pancakes from a man, Scott, from Carolina Panthers. Absolute thing of beauty. And listen, we talked about it last week, NC State. The beauty of the Thesby, we are multi-talented on offensive line. Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator, steals this play. Look at my man Dawkins. Got 1 on the first one and then 1 walking him in. All my man needs to do is hand the offensive line the ball and say, man, you earned this. Get some of that. Put people on their face. Walk in, Josh Allen. Hand the ball 3 pancakes because how pretty that thing was acted.
I love it. I like it when people block other people with other people. I think there's very few things more pleasing to watch. Marcus, what does the little guy say when the huge guy comes running out on a screen like that? What do you hear the little guy say?
Elephants on parade. That's what they say, G. And what that means, Jeff heard that before. Elephants on parade, baby. You better keep your head on a swivel because somebody might get slapped asleep if you don't see them coming.
Every once in a while, I'm very happy I asked the question. All right, as we roll on in this hour, coming up, we knew it looked bad. Now we know it was. What is a banged-up Breeze